Assalamualaikum to Dr. Fairuz and also our fellow team members. My name is Muhammad Narumin bin Taib. My metric number is 157778. Today, I will be presenting about the introduction of our research. 3Rs are the essential component of environmentally responsible consumer behavior, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. 3R are the most effective option to protect, conserve, and promote our nature and build a environment for the benefit of the present and future generation. In context of USM, this way can be applied in order to make USM more cleaner and conducive place. Whenever they apply this way, they can get more independently in order to try to make something new to the trash that can be recycled and throw it in the suitable rubbish bin. Do you know 3R is reduce, reuse, and recycle? Okay, let's get into the meaning of these three things. First of all, is reduce. Reduce is the way to use fewer resources in the first place. It takes resources to manufacture, transport, and dispose of product, so reduction can be minimized the use of new resource. Secondly, is reuse. Reuse is use material more than once in their original form instead of throwing them away after each use. Reuse keep new resource from being used for a while longer and all resource from entering the waste stream. The last is recycle. Recycle is converting waste material into new products, changing them from their original form by physical and chemical processes. Although recycling uses energy, it helps to prevent the resource from being used and all material from entering the waste stream. Okay, I think that all. Our objective research is first to spread the concept of the 3R, reuse, reuse, and recycle in University Science Malaysia society. And secondly, to educate people on how to prevent excessive and unnecessary waste and to limit the consumption of non-renewable research. Also, research methods. Research using online platform, which is using Google Form. Benefit of using an online platform, which is Google Form. It is an easy way to interact with the student in order to get info about 3Rs and asking their opinion into our concept in context of USM. Secondly, using online research through internet platform, which is Google search. Because our schedule is dedicated by classes, we can spend more time doing the things that we want, and using Google search our time because more flexible, because doing this doesn't consume a lot of time. Alright, shoot.
How to implement 3R in USM. 3R is a help and engagement program supposed to help with environmental issues. And how to implement 3R in any university society level. That's what we asked people in our survey. And most of the answers were mentioning adding more recycle bins. Some people got into using less plastic and getting rid of printing for main source of education, like in our classes, to use less printing paper. And some people got into adding e-waste bins and so on. Some of the methods that other institutions use and some of the methods that I came up with throughout my research. For recycling, we can add additional recycle bins. And second option is support students to focus on potential and new methods of recycling. A third option is setting up e-waste bins. Setting up e-waste bins is supposed to help students get rid of batteries, electronics, and so on, because they're not meant to be getting rid of same way like any other recyclable trash, and it can be resold for a decent price. For reusing, we can start a moving season donation program. A moving season donation program is a program that focuses on students that graduated and they have excess material left that maybe the institution can resell or donate to other charities. A second option is a voucher or a sale for whoever brings their own water bottle and so on for certain cafeterias in USM. Third one is reusing plates in restaurants throughout entire USM. It is already implemented, but not necessarily in all of USM. For reducing, we can reduce the usage of straws in restaurants. Second option is reduce printing by reading on screen. Reduce printing by reading on screen means for lecturers and so on to depend more on screen teaching than printed paper, which is already implemented, but maybe we can depend on it more rather than basically get rid of paper book as much as possible and reduce buying water bottles.
I'm Fairuz bin Muhammad, metric 156865. So, what protective measure has been taken to preserve the environment and resource in USM? The first point is to run a campaign. Campaign can make the community aware of the importance of protecting the environment. This method can be solved in various ways, but it is more effective and easy if it is done using today's technology. Today's technology is using social media like Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. The second point is the strict law enforcement. USM should be concerned about this. This is because strict laws can create fear in USM citizens. Is there is fear in each person, then three can be practiced in USM. This is so because in the law there are certain severe punishment that are renewed, such as having to pay a fine of RM 300 per person if there is a lot of garbage in each room. The third point is reduce the use of chemical in daily life. The use of chemical in daily life will cause an increase in good made from chemical. USN residents, especially students, often use products that contain some chemical to produce products such as bottle, cans, and paper. Where USM residents use less product made from chemical, this will reduce the increase in germ around USM. The next is always use your own container when we eat in the cafe. This is so because when using your own food container, the use of plastic wrapping container can be avoided. With the product, not many people use it. The product's garbage spill can be avoided. With less garbage spills, USM environmental pollution can be avoided.
My name is Kusume. My metric number is 155962. First and foremost, the impact of 3R in USM can help reduce pollution caused by plastic items. The chemical bonds that make our plastics is strong and made to last. Plastic takes over 400 years to decompose. For instance, cafeterias do not provide any disposable tableware. Most plastic waste do not make it to the recycling center or even the landfill. This plastic carried by rivers, winds, and animals can find its way to the sea. Thus, when we reduce the use of plastic things, there is no need to recycle. A small change makes a big difference. Besides that, impact of 3R in USM is recycling maintains oxygen levels. Recycling paper is an easy way to help maintain oxygen levels around the world, which is especially necessary during the current unprecedented rise of global warming. Not only paper can be recycled, but also plastic and glass. For example, USM can put more recycling bins around the USM and let students solve recyclables. One tree can produce over 260 pounds of oxygen. So, creating new paper out of recycled materials minimizes oxygen depletion from forests. Other than that, impact of 3R in USM is save energy. Extracting and processing raw resources to make usable materials requires a lot of energy. Recycling often saves energy because the products being recycled usually require much less processing to turn them into usable materials. By using recycled materials instead of pulling new natural resources, manufacturers can make the same products with less energy and expense. Last but not least, impact of 3R in USM make economy and environmental sense to reuse products. Reuse products in different ways. The students have a clear understanding of the meaning of reuse and increase a lot of environmental protection knowledge. For example, some USM class can collect and donate clothes to other students in need. Reuse grocery bags or bring your own cloth bags to the store. Do not take a bag from the store unless you need one. Therefore, can save a lot of plastic bags. That's all. Thank you very much.
So, we have got the 22 responses for the statement about the 3R in the context of USM. Responses to this statement are mostly in the age range of 18 until 21 years old. This is the most basic statement in which we make this statement with the aim of finding out how many people still know about the 3R. Of the 22 responses, there were the different opinions in answering the statement, but still have the same core. This statement was made with the aim that we can find out whether in this day and age we still need to use the 3R method or not. And it turns out that all of our responses agreed to implement 3R in the USM environment. In the 3R statement is a necessity in society, as many as 82.6% of people agree and 8.5% of people do not agree with it. For the statement, I think environmental problems are a threat, as many as 69.6% of people agree with this, including myself. I will definitely agree with this because if the environment is not adequate, it will be difficult for us to do the 3R. For the statement, 3R activities can be of a financial value for an individual as much as 78.5% of people who agree with this. Because with 3R, we can save energy, reduce expenses, and so on. For the statement, 3R activities are useful for everyday life, as many as 91.3% of people agree with this. An example of its use is to help prevent the process of handling waste or garbage that is not quite right. In addition, by implementing 3R, the process of sorting waste according to its type will make it easier to recycle, minimize risk of danger, and be safe for the environment. For the statement, which methods we can use to keep up an environmental problems, we provide the 7 options. One of the options most chosen by respondents is I avoid the usage of single-use product by 13 people. And then the second most chosen option is I recycle single-use product as many as 11 people. For the statement which common way to recycle, our purpose in making this statement is so that we can find out what ways people will apply the 3R principles. As many as 16 people chose answers by separating the trash by type and getting rid of it each differently. As many as 14 people answered reusing, and as many as 13 answered just throw the trash all together. So for this statement, from 100%, as many as 73.9% of people said they had not seen recycling trash can around USM, and only 26.1% said there was. So USM needs to pay attention to this. For the statement, what is your suggestion to upgrade 3R activity in USM? We have 22 responses. As many as 7 people say there should provide more trash cans around USM. Then as many as 7 other people gave awareness to others, such as making seminars, posters, etc. in order to upgrade 3R activity in USM. For the statement, does 3R USM have a good impact? As many as 9 people agree on this, and then as many as 5 people are neutral, and as many as 3 people don't know. So from the analysis of these responses, we can find out how far people know the 3R technique and what benefits they get when doing the 3R technique.
Right now, we are in the conclusion part. The 3R, which is a recycle, reduce, and reuse of our environment, is the best way of preserving natural resource, making professional use of energy and resource at present, and protecting the environment for a long run. By practicing the 3 ethics, both life and nature can get along simultaneously without any risk in context of USM. From our point of view, people in USM that can be included, which is students, lecturer, and staff, must take an early action to make outsiders realize that we are a human that can be independently care our rubbish in a specific way, which is 3R ethics. The more people in University San Malaysia know and is concerned about this issue, is can make this place which our place to study more conducive and cleaner when we see it. Thank you for your attention. Bye bye.